Okay, well, I think we're going to get started. I hope that everybody can see me. If not, you want to refresh your screen. We're having an issue. I hope that everybody can see me. If not, you want to refresh. I'm having some screen internet access issues tonight. So, if you can hear me, if you want to go down to the post down at the bottom there and refresh this, or make a comment, say hello in the comment section of the Facebook page. That's about the only place that I'm going to be able to keep tabs on everybody. So if you find something, or if you hear me, go ahead and add a comment and post it. Post your comment, and then I'll know that people can actually hear me. Down here at the bottom below the catalog preview party. I'm hoping that you can hear me. But it's hard to know for sure. That's the hardest part about doing a live event. But technology is great until things stop working, and I just pray that we're good. It's all good to go. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I want you to know that I appreciate you guys for coming out tonight to give this a try, see if it works. I hope we'll have a good time. I think we'll have some fun. I've got a couple of demos, a couple videos to share with you of different products, and also have I seem to be losing everything now. So, let's get this party started. Stick with me, don't leave. Let's try it one more time. Stay there, I'm not going anywhere. Let's hope this works. That works. Hit OK. I think everybody's going to want to refresh your screens. If you can hear me, that'd be awesome. Stick with me, don't leave. Let's try it one more time. Stay there, I'm not going anywhere. Let's hope this works. That works. Hit OK. I think everybody's going to want to refresh your screens. If you can hear me, that'd be awesome. Stick with me, don't leave. Let's try it one more time. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and screen share. We're going to go ahead and get this party started. Couple of things tonight. It's going to take me. Let's hope this works. That works. Hit OK. I think everybody's going to want to refresh your screens. Stamps.com, and today I'm excited because it is the unveiling of our new 2014 catalog. Inspired Christmas Share. And it's so great. I love it, and I can't wait to walk through a little bit of it. And so, I'm just going to do a short, well, as short as I can get, video of some of the highlights of the catalog and some of my favorite new things. So one of the things I really loved about this catalog was the index. This is awesome. It asks the question, what do you need? And then it indexes out gift giving, memory keeping, weddings, decor, card making, lots of different areas. And so if you have a specific area, just go to that page and you can get exactly what you're going to need to solve a problem that you may have. I love that the family picture is back with everybody together. It's always nice to see the family together. In this catalog, you'll find that we now have three different options for stamp sets. Not everything comes in all the options, and it's all marked. But we have our regular clear mount stamps. They're rubber, the classic rubber, with the clear mount that you mount on acrylic blocks. And then we have our classic wood mount. And then we also have photopolymer. And we've had photopolymer stamps this past year too, but most of them, or all of them, were actually online. Hey, stampers, Diane, Dimich. We're going to give this one more shot. I don't think I had it going right. God, this is terrible. I feel bad. Stampers, Diane Dimich here with ddStamps.com, and today I'm excited because it is the unveiling of our new 2014 catalog, Inspire, Create, and Share. And it's so great. I love it, and I can't wait to walk you through a little bit of it. And so, I'm just going to do a short, well, as short as I can get, video of some of the highlights of the catalog and some of my favorite new things. So one of the things I really loved about this catalog was the index. This is awesome. It asks the question, what do you need? And then it indexes out gift giving, memory keeping, weddings, home decor, card making, lots of different areas. And so if you have a specific area, just go to that page and you can get exactly what you're going to need to solve a problem that you may have. I love that the family picture is back with everybody together. It's always nice to see the family together. In this catalog, you'll find that we now have three different options for stamp sets. Not everything comes in all the options, and it's all marked. But we have our regular clear mount stamps. They're rubber, the classic rubber, with the clear mount that you mount on acrylic blocks. And then we have our classic wood mount. And then we also have photopolymer. And we've had photopolymer stamps this past year too, but most of them, or all of them, were actually online or on flyers. And now they're actually in the catalog. And I'm excited because I wasn't a huge photopolymer fan when they first came out, but they are growing on me. And let's see. Oh, one of the things that you have in your catalog now is when you're going through, you might see a page such as this one that has a great project up here, and then a sidebar, or some of them come across the top. But it actually tells you exactly what you need to make this project. And they're all throughout the catalog. I love that. I love that they really put out, this is what you need if you want to make this project exactly like this. If you don't want to make it exactly like this, change out some of your colors, and then you've got a great new project that's made to be your own. But this is awesome. These You Can Make It guides help tremendously. Project Life is big. Did I miss a? No, Project Life is big this year, and there's a big spread here about the Project Life. There we have albums, and we have page protectors, and we have the card collections, and we have journaling pens. We also have accessories. We have punches and framelits, and we have stamp sets. And there's a couple pages in the back of the book, back on pages 188 and 189, with lots of different card collections and different products for Project Life. And then behind this page is actually stamp sets that coordinate with the Project Life. They can be used for anything, but they especially go great with Project Life. Let's see. Where's my next Post-it note taking us to? Oh, this is the This and That products, and these are fabulous. One of the things Stampin' Up! Did this year is they've actually bundled these together. And so in the catalog, you'll find lots of boxes that look like this. They may not be this color, but
And it's things that are bundled together. And anytime there's a bundle, you get 15% off. So if you purchase the journal, the stickers, and the washi tape, you get 15% off if you buy them all up together at once using this number. In the back of the book, they're individual priced, so you don't have to have the whole bundle if that's what you don't want. Ta-da! This is one of my very first stamp sets that I actually fell in love with this new catalog. And it makes me laugh because it's really not me, but I just think it's adorable, and I can't wait to get this and play with it. I have a couple other favorites too that I want to share with you, but I know over the year I'll have lots of favorites. Lots of party themed stuff in here, and again you get, you know, there's a whole party theme in here for a nautical party, and then this is all the supplies that you need if you want to pull this party off. And there's lots of new party banner stuff. It's really kind of fun. I like these chalkboard banners. I can't wait to play with those. And who wouldn't like a party like that? And it's all pretty simple, so, you know, to put together. This is another one of the stamp sets that popped out at me that I just absolutely loved and can't wait to get my hands on, and I'm not really sure why. It's a photopolymer set, so I'm going to have to play with that and get used to it, but I do love it. And this was another one. I know it's my tastes are really different this year, and I don't know what it is about that. This has a new heart punch that goes with it. Any of the images that are raised, this has a little shadow behind it, and it's like a vanilla color. That just means there's a punch that coordinates with it, which is nice. Let's see. Oh, these two too. I like those two sets. I'm not sure why, but I think they're funny. They kind of remind me of when I was in junior high. Yeah, that's going back a few years. Okay, this was the one that totally got me hooked on this catalog. I love this 2-page spread. I love this stamp set. And I love these projects. So I do plan to order this. This is going to be the first thing I order, this stamp set. And I do plan to make each one of those. And then I hopefully make some others. But I have always loved stamp sets. We used to have a stamp set line too called Definitely Decorative, and that was one of my favorites. But this kind of reminds me of that style, and I just love this. It's so bold and it's so bright, and it'd be so fast to make some great colors. So this is actually the stamp set here, and it has framelits that coordinate, and so you can see each of these images that are kind of a smoky slate color, and they're raised a little bit. That just tells you that that has a framelit that coordinates with it. And lo and behold, it's a bundle. So if I order the stamp set and the framelits, I'm going to save 15%. And the other thing is this is a huge stamp set. It would be pricey if it was wood mounted, but it only comes in photopolymer, and so it's a reasonable price for a lot of stamps with a lot of punch. And then those framelits, ooh, love it. So that's on my order already, first thing today at noon when it's time to order. My newest favorite product would be the Blendabilities, and there's a page spread on here about them. And just for a heads up, sounds to me like Blendability is probably not going to be available until July or August of this year. There was some manufacturing issues, and I'm okay with that because I want Stampin' Up! To provide us with a great product, and enough of a great product so that everybody can enjoy it. But these are going to be fun, and I look forward to showing you lots of new techniques and fun things to do with those. I know, look at all these little Post-it notes. It's crazy. In colors. All the colors are shown on this page. These are the new 2014-2016 in colors. Love them. Have to admit that I still love these, and I'm going to be very sad at the end of the year when these colors go away. I'm kind of hoping that maybe they'll push them into our color line. But when you look at this page, you can just see, oh, Stampin' Up's colors are gorgeous. Love that. Designer Series paper. Designer Series paper is really fresh and new this year. There's these have gold tones in them. Can't wait to see them. And then there's lots of new, fresh, fun colors. Looking forward to playing with some of those in the next couple days. I told you earlier about the 2 pages of Project Life supplies that are available, and these are the pages that have them. So we have all your page protectors, your framelits, your stamps, your pins, your punch, and then these are the card collections of all the various different cards that you can get for Project Life, and then these are the accessory packs, and if you put they go across, they coordinate together, but they can also be mixed and matched. Fun stuff. Oh, back to the Blendabilities. This is just a page of all the Blendabilities that eventually will be available. Not going to be available to begin with. Not going to be available in June, but looking for July or August for those. Okay, favorite framelit, newest framelit is the star set. I love the stars. I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to use those in some of my Operation Right Home projects that I do. That'll be fun. And there's other stuff in there. And then the very end of the book is the hostess benefits. And the hostess benefits have pretty much, they've stayed the same as far as free product you get and half items. But the hostess sets are cute this year. I have to show you this one because this one happens to be my eps. This was one of those that I fell in love with right away. It's called Nuts About You. It's adorable, and there's a couple of projects on my website that use that stamp set. But this little guy hanging upside down in that tree is so stinking cute. So lots of fun stuff. This is a good one too. You can see how my styles vary from this to this. So I guess I don't really have a style. I'm just kind of eclectic. So anyway, there's the Stampin' Up! Catalog. If you need one and you don't have one yet, go ahead and send me an email or contact me.
Okay, I'm back. I'm hoping that everybody is caught up. I know that we've lost a couple viewers. I thought this was going to be the answer to working on an iPad and an iPhone, but I can't seem to get it to come up on my iPad and my iPhone. So I'm hoping that you can all see me and that things are going okay. If you have any questions, feel free to add them to the chat box at the bottom of the screen, and I will be refreshing that through the night and hopefully be able to catch up. Oh, yay! Somebody can. I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch up with you there. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box, and I will just keep plugging away here. We've got quite a bit, not a lot to go over. It's probably going to be a half hour maybe. But I did want to talk to you a little bit about the in colors. These are the new in colors for the 2014-2016. I've just got a little display up here. I don't know, I can't see them very well, but they're gorgeous. I should actually show you closer because that purple, or that blackberry, see that color? That's a beautiful color. Anyway, I love how Stampin' Up's products coordinate, which is fabulous. And so these are the new in colors. These are the old colors, like they're that old, from last year. And then a couple of the designer series paper that are in the catalog. The other thing that I have is a display board for the blendabilities, and I know they're not available, but I sure have had fun playing with them. And I just wanted to show quickly a couple cards that I've done. These are kind of flopping around out there because I don't have them attached totally to this board, but you can see all the different things that I've done with the blendabilities. They're fun, they're easy to use, and I suspect that we will love them. I love them, so I know that you will too. So everybody, if you can refresh your screen once in a while, that will probably help. If you have any questions or comments, just pop them down there in the comments section on the Facebook page. If you're trying to watch this on YouTube, I'm not sure. I don't think we ever did connect up there, but it will be taped and you'll be able to see it from there. So the first thing that I've got to show you tonight is I have a video that I did on how to store our photopolymer stamp sets. Our photopolymer stamp sets are in the catalog this year, and they are, excuse me, there's quite a few of them. I love our photopolymer stamp sets. I was not a real big fan of photopolymer and until quite recently, and once I started using them, I kind of like them. I've always been a wood girl, but you know, I'm always game for change. And of course, that big, huge flower stamp set that's in the big catalog, the one that was my favorite, is photopolymer. And that's okay because I love two-step stamping, and I loved when we had their Definitely Decorative line, and so I'm pretty happy about that. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just a real quick video on the storage of our photopolymers. Hope it works. Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with ddStamps.com, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about organization and some of the new highlights of the Stampin' Up! Catalog that's available on June 2nd. And so to begin with, I'm just going to show you quickly this Bravo set. This is one of Stampin' Up's newest photopolymer stamp sets, and one of the things you'll notice is that they now come in the boxes. And depending on how big the set is, it'll either come in one of the big boxes or one of our smaller
size boxes. Most likely it'll come in a smaller one, but this happens to be a really big set. And you can't tell by the front of this how big these really are. They're pretty good size stamps. And so our photopolymer stamps come in here. These were actually 3 sheets. I'm just going to show you this sheet without anything on it. I've got them all laid out here, but they come on these window sheets, and then the stamps go on them. And the stamps actually go on the back, because if you put them on the front, it's going to pull off the black, the printing on there. So one of the things that's a tip somebody gave me was to go ahead and use my box for my photopolymer sheets. And I don't know if you can see them in here, but I've got them all stuck to the sides of the box. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these sheets and a couple of glue dots. It doesn't need a whole lot, but it just needs enough to hold it inside the box there. So I'm going to put 2 glue dots. And the other thing I did is I added a piece of paper to the back of this, so that when these were slid in there, you could actually read what it said. It was kind of hard to read through the clear box. So if I just slide that in there and then glue dot it down, then you can see that my congratulations stamps, everything's kind of placed where it needs to be. And I can actually read what the font is. And then I know if there's a stamp missing, it's because I can read the word. Now this sheet I had to cut in half because they were too big for the actual box. But these will just slide down inside there too. And then all of my stamps will be organized. And these are great because they stick right to that and I'm not yanking them off. So there's just a quick tip for the photopolymer stamps. The other thing I wanted to show you real quickly was with our photopolymer, sometimes if you use ink that's red, or this was actually Blackberry Bliss, one of our new ink colors, you can see it stained the stamp, but it doesn't affect it. I'm going to stamp it up here in Hello Honey, another one of our new ink colors, and you'll see that that stamp is pink, but when I stamp it in or ink it up into the Hello Honey and I stamp it, I get a good clean image in Hello Honey and there's no pink involved. So they do get stained, that's just how they are. The other thing that Stampin' Up! Has done with our photopolymer stamps is they added more conditioner in there so that they will last longer. They won't get, sometimes after a few years, some of your photopolymer stamps get gummy. And I would just recommend, again, that you just keep them clean and out of sunlight, and they should last a long time. Photopolymer is fun because you can see where you're stamping. You can line it up easily. And you can also load up your blocks with several different stamps and then stamp. So a couple of tips. Oh, another little tip I wanted to give. I know I inked it up like this when I just inked it now, but I noticed the other night I had some issues with some customers inking, and I think it's just because of our new pads, they don't remember that you don't only have to tap lightly. They kind of get carried away and ink up. And I ended up with ink all over this block. And what I found was if you leave the photopolymer down and put the ink on top of it, then you're going to get it nice and evenly inked and it's good to go. I don't know if you can actually see what I've stamped there on that, but I'm going to do another video and I'll connect it to this one with a card using these 2 stamps, actually. And I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't already done so, you may want to click on the link and sign up for my new.
Okay, so there was the first video. I hope that you guys are seeing it. I can't see what's going on outside of my computer screen here. So hopefully things are clicking like they should and everybody is able to see what's going on. I'm really hoping that there's some people that haven't been able to get on and they're a little frustrated, and I understand that. It is frustrating, but hang in there. I'm going to get this figured out. This is a fun new opportunity for me to get the word out and teach people all about Stampin' Up! So it is now time for a game. And so, just because I can, I am going to add a little bit of fun to my screen here. Maybe not. It might not let me do that one either. I think the streaming is too much. It's kind of hard on my screen. So hopefully you guys are sticking up there with me and everything's going along all right. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. I will actually be hopefully hopefully I will be getting everything squared away here. So let's start with, or let's do a game. Now you're going to have to plug in some answers. And I think there's also a lag time, so I'm going to be watching for that too. So we're going to play a little game. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, or 10 questions. No, I think we'll do 5 now. And I want you to post your answer in the comments section. Whatever the answer is, your first answer. It's a Family Feud game, so you better get them right because there's a good prize. But what I want you to do is post. It's the first person that posts the top answer gets that point. And whoever has the most points at the end of the night is going to get a free stamp set from me. So there you have it. So the first question is, are you with me? First question is, name a food that makes a lot of noise. I'll wait a few seconds. I'm not sure if you're caught up to me yet, but name a food that makes a lot of noise. Okay, second question. Name something a clown wears. Name something a clown wears. I know this is going to be weird, but I'm going to have to be trying to moderate and do all this. I should have hired my son to work in the other room so that he could compile the answers. So you just post them down there in the comments on the Facebook page. Hopefully everybody's doing the right thing. If not, it's not the end of the world, right? Unless you really wanted that stamp set. Okay, question number 3. Name something that you use to brush your teeth. Name something that you use to brush your teeth. You know, when I first put this together, I thought it was going to be the answer to the iPad and the iPhone issue, and hopefully I'll learn this week why it's not showing up on iPad and iPhone. I don't know. I thought this was going to be the kicker of them all. So, and I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's showing up on YouTube. Okay, so name something that you use to brush your teeth. Next question. Name a magazine with one title. Name a magazine with one title. Oh, there we go. Now I see answers. See, I wasn't seeing answers before. This is going to be interesting. Name a magazine with one title. What I'm going to do when I get done with this questions is I'm just going to put up another video for you to watch, and then I'm going to go back and try to figure out who won. We'll see how well I do. Okay, last question is name a type of cookie. Name a type of cookie. That can't be too hard. I mean, you just have to pick your favorite cookie, right? Okay, so we're going to go back to another video right now. I'm going to go attempt to read all those, all the answers, and if I get them all read, I will be back with the winner.
Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable card using some of our new Moonlight Designer Series paper stacks. It's 4.5 by 6.5 designer paper that I just cut up and made a bunch of these cards. But this is a fun, and I've got a little technique here with the butterflies that I'm going to show you, just to make a quick card, and also to show you the photopolymer stamps that Stampin' has available. So to begin with, I'm going to start with my Designer Series paper, And this is a great little pack of paper. You get lots of different designs, and it's double-sided. And there's a whole series of papers that coordinate with the Lost Lagoon and the Hello Honey. And then there's another set of cardstock in there that actually coordinates with the Blackberry Bliss and the Hello Honey. And so you get a big variety of cards in a small, or big variety of paper in a small paper pack. And so I will post these pictures up on my blog with directions and with measurements, so you can go ahead and check those out closer. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and take, for this one, I'm going to take a piece of our Smoky Flake cardstock, and this is I believe it's 3.5 by 5, but I'll put the measurements up on my blog. And I'll put a link right up there for you. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take a little adhesive, and I personally like to use snail. And so you add a little adhesive to the back and line these up. I want to make sure that I'm getting kind of the same border all the way around. And then line those up on my cardstock. This is one of those cards that looks fabulous, but is actually very, very simple to make. Oops. Did you see how I slid there? Okay, so then this one's going to go on the inside of this one. So I'll just go ahead and do this one too. So this is just the inside of the card, and I just like to make it look pretty. So I'll lay that down there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some of my photopolymer stamps. And this is a new set from Stampin' Up called Bravo. It's photopolymer, which just means it's clear. Well, you can probably see these are stained because I've used Blackberry Bliss with them. And so they stay stained, but it still inks just fine. It doesn't show up once you clean them. I'm just going to show you quickly. I have a video on YouTube, and you can actually click the link over here to get that. And it just shows you how I set up my photopolymer stamps. Now this is all of Stampin' Up's photopolymers are going to now come in our cases, which I love that about it. Usually they're the little thin cases that our clear stamps come in, but this one was such a big set, and these are huge words, that it needed a big wood mount set because it takes up both sides. Now they come on pieces of clear window sheet that they're on and just loose in here, but I've attached the clear window sheets to the back of the case and then added them directly into the case. And if you click on that video, it'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So check that one out. So what I'm using is I'm going to use the Congratulations and Knew You Could, Knew You Would, and the Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon is one of our new in colors this year. And I absolutely love, of course, all the in colors. I probably say that every year, but the last 2 years have been fabulous. So I inked that up, and because they're photopolymer, you can see through them. So I don't even need a Stamp-A-Majig to make sure this is lined up correctly. I just have to watch with my eye and stamp down, and I get a perfectly stamped image every time, and it's always right where I wanted it. That was one of the benefits of photopolymer. I wasn't a huge photopolymer girl. I love my wood, but the more that I use it, the more I like it. And it's awesome for words and for alphabets. So once I've got those stamped, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to use some of our new ribbon. And this is the Lost Lagoon stitch satin ribbon. And you can't feel this, but it's so luxurious. It's just fabulous. It's kind of shiny on one side and a little duller on the other side, but both sides work. 2 different looks, which is great. And then I'm going to take a little snail. And I'm just going to actually attach this ribbon to the back of the card and come around to this side. Cut that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to attach it to my card. But just so you know, I actually add adhesive snails to the back in there, and then I actually put a little adhesive right on that ribbon because that's going to kind of sandwich that ribbon in between adhesive and it won't pull away. And then I'm going to add this to the front of my cardstock, which is, of course, the Lost Lagoon cardstock. But you can see how quick this card comes together. And then, because I can't leave well enough alone, I took a little baker's twine, a little white baker's twine, and I'm going to add a little bow in here. Now I could have put a knot in that ribbon, in the Lost Lagoon ribbon, and that would have looked nice too. But I think it just needed a little something, or a button, or whatever, just a little something to add a little more pizzazz to it. So trim this off. And then I'm going to show you the technique for my butterflies. So let me find a piece of cardstock here because I forgot to grab one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this butterfly out of, ooh, I better clean that. It looks like it's dirty from last night. Although I think this was the color we used, so it would have been fine. This is from the Papillon Potpourri. Say that one 3 times fast. And I'm going to use the Hello Honey, which is another in color. And I'm just going to ink up this stamp and stamp it down on some scratch paper. And then I'm going to take my blender pen and I'm just going to go quickly around this butterfly and kind of just smear that Hello Honey around and give my butterfly some quick, fast color. Nothing fancy, just quick color. Remember on your blender pens, when you're done, you just want to run them on a piece of cardstock or a piece of paper till they run clear again, and then they're good to go. This one was stained. As you can see, we used Blackberry Bliss, and it got a little stained. But when I used it on the Hello Honey, it doesn't come off. So that's, that's just how they begin to look. I'm going to line this up with our punch, and I always line up my punches from the back just so that you can see exactly where you're punching. Punch these butterflies out. Like that. Find some dimensionals. And add a little dimensional to the back of each of these. And then I'm just going to bend their wings just slightly and attach them to the card. And don't forget my inside. Sometimes I like to just put a little piece of white. This one needs to be trimmed just slightly. I like to put a piece of white cardstock or a lighter piece of cardstock in there because it gives somebody a focal point, and it also is a great place to write. But there you go. There's a quick card, and don't forget the matching envelope. I know our post office ladies here in Red Lodge love decorated envelopes, and so I like to make sure that I decorate my envelopes. But there you go. There's a quick card using the new Designer Series paper, Moonlight Designer Series paper stack. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can always sign up for my newsletter by clicking on the link below. And
okay, yay! I think I'm still working. I think we're still going here, and I think we're going okay. We do have a tie for the prize. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a little contest here. And I'm hoping, I went back and checked and I refreshed and I got everybody's comments, and so I'm hoping that I got everybody's answers. But I just took the first person that came up with the right answer, and so, oh, names. This is going to be hard because I didn't write Linda. Linda Klein Moeller and Brenda Dunham. You two are in a playoff for the grand prize. So please, if you're on, just go ahead and click that you're here and that you're still listening or you're still around. And I will start asking the questions as soon as I hear back that both of you are still here. If I only hear from one of you, then we're going to call it whoever's here. So I'm only going to give you a few, maybe 30 seconds. And I just have to keep refreshing till I can see who's here. So I'm looking for Linda Klein Moeller and Brenda Dunham. So if you're here, go ahead and in the comment section say I'm still here, and we'll do a little playoff. Okay, so how's everybody else doing? I hope that this has been a little helpful for you. I hope that you learned something tonight. I love the new catalog. I'm really looking forward to the next year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have all kinds of ideas running through my head, especially with this option. I might just next time go with actually broadcasting live and not even messing with the YouTube videos. I do that because I'm not really sure if how my connection's going to work. So next time it may just be me doing my demonstration and you guys can see how goofy they get. No, they do get kind of goofy. But so if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them into the box. I'm going to keep refreshing and I am going to stick around online. Oh, Linda's here. Yay, yay, yay. Linda's here. Go ahead and Brenda's still here. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to have a little playoff. We'll see how this goes. So here's the question. And you have to go by the answers that I got here because I took this off the internet so you know it's true. Right? That's how it works. Okay. So the question is, name something a kid wears in the winter. Name something a kid wears in the winter. Now this is only between those two people. Linda Klein-Moeller, Brenda Dunham. So name something a kid wears in the winter. And I will just sit back and wait for an answer. No, while I'm waiting, because it'll pop up there, so I'll know who the winner is by who answers first with the right answer. Got to have the right answer. Just want to talk a little bit about becoming a demonstrator. For those of you out there who are not a demonstrator, or maybe you were a demonstrator before, or maybe whatever, Stampin' Up! Is offering right now $500. It can be yours. No, I'm just kidding. For $50, you can choose $55 worth of product out of our brand new catalog, and that can be your starter kit. That will also include your business supplies, a box of catalogs, and all that stuff, and you get the joys and benefits of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But I think one of the biggest bonuses is that you get to go to convention for free. Convention is in July. It's like July 17th, I think, this year. And Stampin' Up! Has opened it to brand new recruits for free. Other people pay $295 to get in. And I will tell you that you will go home with so much information in your head, you won't know where to begin, but you'll also go home with lots and lots and lots of product. So anyway, if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator, just contact me. There's a link, I think there's a button. Let me see. Oh, there's a button about needing a catalog. I think if you click on that, that will actually send me a message saying that you need a catalog, and I'm okay with that. If you're on this call and you do not have a Stampin' Up! Catalog yet and you want one, I want you to go ahead and click on that button. Give me your information. Oh, there's Dog Abby over there. Had to come and lay in my room. Click on that button, ask me for a catalog, send me your telephone number, I'll give you a call and we'll work it out, and I will send you one for free. I'll put it out in the mail tomorrow if I hear from you tonight. I just want people to have the catalog, because who doesn't like to lay around in their recliner looking at the catalog? It's not the same as it is on your computers and your iPads. One of the issues I found tonight is that I can't do the iPad thing. So let's see. Brenda won. Brenda said gloves, and I'm going to give it to her because that's as close to mittens as you can possibly get. And so, Brenda, you won the stamp set tonight. Charity asked if they're going to bring back the finger sponges. Yes, the sponge daubers are in the new catalog. They're just packaged in smaller packages, and they don't cost as much. So that's how they went with that. I kind of like that idea because people are more apt to buy, spend $5 to get some sponges than they are to spend $10 to get some sponges. So that's how Stampin' Up! Dealt with that. And there's some fun projects coming up that I'm going to do with sponge daubers. And I just purchased a big box. Well, it's not big, it's not huge, but it's from Home Depot. I think it has 60 little drawers. So each of my little drawers, I'll show it to you next time I get together, I'll show it. But I'm going to put a sponge dauber, a quarter of a sponge, the re-inker, anything that has to do with each color in each little drawer so I know where they are. Right now I just kind of store my sponges in a big box, and then I dig through them and try to figure out which one is which. So yes, the sponge daubers are back. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions? I'm hoping that I haven't missed anybody as far as questions go. I know a lot of people got in kind of late, so I'm going to scroll through the answers here. Charity, if you don't have a catalog, I should get you one. I should have sent you one in the mail already. I'm sorry about that. So, how's everybody doing? I'm doing good. Let's see. I am offering it to special tonight. It's going to run probably for a week. But it's if you purchase the in-color bundle, the ink pad and paper bundle, the refills, the markers, and the Moonlight paper. That's this paper here. This one here. The one that I used in the video too. If you purchased all that as a bundle from me, and again, you'll have to email me and let me know if you want this, or message me on Facebook. I will send you the in-color printed clothespins for free. So that's kind of a fun deal. That's what I'm offering tonight for the special. There's buttons up there, as you can see, those green buttons. If you press on them, press on the need a catalog button, I think it sends me a message telling me you need a catalog, and then I will get back to you and we'll work that out. The online catalog, you can go and look through it on there as much as you want. And if anybody has any other questions, now would be the time to ask. I am going to stick around on Facebook tonight because I think what kind of happens is people get... Can you guys see me and hear me? Some people say they can't. I'm going to tell Cynthia, go ahead and refresh your screen and then hit the arrow button on the screen, and hopefully that will get the video started. I hope. Okay, so I am going to, where was I? Anyway, I'm going to stick around on Facebook tonight and see if there's any more questions that anybody has. One of the things that I do want to tell you is, we don't need to see that. One of the things I do want to tell you is that it is possible now for me to do online virtual workshops. So if you wanted to, you could gather your friends together at your home. I will send you a box of supplies. We will sit down and do a make and take, and I will do a workshop, and your friends will have a great time, and they'll be able to watch me on video. But I'll be here live so that they can actually talk to me too and ask questions. I am willing to have hostesses do that and give me a shot. If I can get somebody to do it once just to see how it works, there's a bonus out there for you of $20 in free product on top of the other hostess benefits that you'll get. The other thing that I can do is I can do it, and I can do an online party where your friends can be all over the country. We can come together on a night like tonight and work together. So that's kind of awesome. So if anybody's interested in that, again, just go ahead and click on that need a catalog button, or send me a message on Facebook, or any of those other things. So as long as I haven't seen anybody ask any more questions, I'm going to wrap this up because I think I've talked long enough. Thank you for joining me tonight. Oh, the prize. I need to get, Brenda, I need to get your address. So you'll have to either send me a message or click on the link and send me an email and let me know what your address is so I get this out in the mail to you. It is She Wins, the Yippee Skippy stamp set. It's one of my favorites. It's a clear amount stamp set, but it's yours for free as soon as I get your address. And that probably wraps it up. If anybody has any more questions, like I said, I'm going to stick around, and I will be down answering questions and replying to people in the Facebook posts. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions or concerns, or even some idea of how I can make this better, just let me know. And hopefully I'll speak to you soon. Thanks. You guys have a great night.